The majority leader in Parliament, Citi Bonsu, has condemned certain political party leaders for making excessive demands, such as requests for cars and land as conditions for allowing party members to participate in parliamentary elections. We have more on this report.
The leadership of Parliament on Wednesday had an engagement with the parliamentary press corps. Now, during the interaction, the majority leader, Citi Bonsu, criticized incidents of vote buying that often characterize elections in the country. He asserted that some leaders of political parties go to the extent of demanding cars and lands from persons seeking to contest in parliamentary primaries.
You squeeze the person. He brings palm wine. You tell him or her that the palm wine is out of use. So please, can you bring me whiskey? He brings the whiskey and then you ask. But I may get drunk when I finish. I may be hungry, so give me money. And so it's translated into cash in an envelope. If you do that, and the person gets elected, he or she is fortunate for his party to win. He or she is fortunate to be made a minister or deputy minister. What happens? He will make the amounts that he has lost. I mean, we are all human. Some borrow from the banks to do that. Some mortgage their houses to do that. So if he wins, what do you think will happen? He needs his house back, pay back. So you put him in a responsible position. Let's not pretend that we don't know what is happening. Let's not pretend that we don't know what is happening. Let's be very candid with ourselves. Let's be very candid with ourselves and confront this so that going forward, it will be a thing of the past. Because as I was telling somebody yesterday, I cannot imagine what we are seeing today. I cannot imagine what will happen maybe 2-3 elections from now. I'm talking about the primaries. I cannot imagine what will happen. You have people coming to you to tell you that Kotoka Amaya and Zania Tuabao, especially the leadership of the parties. Kotoka Amaya and Zana and Makwan Krase come and contest. It's going to be very dangerous. Even land. Even land. Indentured entitled. That is what the Dr. Atuk Forsen and governments are telling me. I mean, but we should be real. We should be real. So, colleagues, let's help to keep this. My own proposition is that the parties should introspect and perhaps get this thing out, scrap this thing.
He says that it would be unwise for any member of parliament who lost in the primaries to show apathy towards parliamentary business in the House.
Because you have lost doesn't mean that your world has come to an end or should come to an end. You may not be in parliament, but in the party, there are roles that you can play. And I believe that if the candidate recognizes your own efforts after the failure to contest, he recognizes the fact that you have not lost him, you are part of the electioneering campaign at whatever level. When the president enters his kingdom, which may have several mansions, right, I guess you may be sufficiently compensated or rewarded. And so it is unwise for you, once you are not successful, to sit on the fence. But as I've said, I mean, we are all human though. And first of all, we need to manage the person who might have suffered that loss. And once you're able to do that successfully, I guess you'll get the participation of the person.
Citi Bonsu says the new standing orders of the House has also resulted in the creation of a committee on the economy that would be mandated to peruse loan agreements entered into by the government.
We didn't used to have a committee on the economy. We now have a committee on the economy. And the reason is simple. When we contract loans and refer same agreements to the Finance Committee, they will come to us with a report on the goodness or otherwise of the facility. And usually they relate to the terms and conditions of the loan. The impact, the payment schedule, and the impact of the loan on the economy, they don't report on. And we felt that, no, we need a committee on the economy that will delve into this, even if they don't have the competence in its entirety to so advise. They will engage experts who will go into this and then inform Parliament accordingly, so that in making any decision on approval of a loan facility or whatever facility, we'll be so guided. The minority leader, we listened to him, was talking about these things. On what are they foundationed? Not from the top of a person's head. We want it firmed up, well documented, well researched, so it will be part of the records of Parliament. So if in the face of the advice, Parliament goes contrary, then that Parliament will be held accountable.